In this video, I will be discussing a complex and sensitive subject, the massacres in Sri Lanka during the Black July riots and the Sri Lankan Tamil Genocide that occurred as a result of that. The history of the Tamils in Sri Lanka is a saga that spans over 2 millennia, showcasing a vibrant civilization enriched by sovereign Tamil kingdoms, notably the illustrious Jaffna Kingdom. These kingdoms made profound contributions to the cultural and economic landscape of ancient Sri Lanka, boasting advanced administrative systems, architecture, and religious traditions. The arrival of European colonial powers, beginning with the Portuguese in the 16th century, followed by the Dutch, and ultimately the British in the 18th century, marked the onset of transformative changes. These powers coveted control over Sri Lanka's strategic locations, which led to significant shifts in the island's political and social fabric. The British era, in particular, set the stage for the ethnic tensions that would later intensify. Under British dominion, American and British missionaries ventured into the Jaffna Peninsula with aims both humanitarian and strategic. They sought to elevate the local Tamil populace through education in science and mathematics, simultaneously aiming to secure a loyal base against the Sinhalese majority and other colonial rivals. The introduction of Christianity and Western education fostered new socioeconomic dynamics within the Tamil community. The Tamils, marginalized under a Sinhalese-dominated feudal system, embraced education as a vehicle for social mobility, ascending to administrative and professional roles within the British framework. This educational empowerment, however, dovetailed with the colonial divide and rule strategy, inadvertently laying the groundwork for ethnic discord. The caste system, a pervasive social hierarchy within the Tamil society, played a role in shaping the engagement strategies of the British and missionaries. The Vellalar caste, regarded as higher in the Tamil social order, often received preferential treatment in educational and missionary endeavors, exacerbating existing caste distinctions and fostering divisions within the Tamil community. The 20th century witnessed the ascent of Sinhalese nationalism, challenging the privileges of the Tamil community and fueling tensions. The period following independence was marred by violence and state-sponsored discrimination against Tamils, leading to the devastating Black July in 1983 and the subsequent Civil War. Confronted with systemic violence and discrimination, many Tamils sought a new beginning abroad. Building on the educational foundations of the missionary era, they migrated to countries like Canada, Australia, the UK, and the USA. These diaspora communities have flourished, significantly contributing to their new homes while preserving their Tamil identity and advocating for justice in Sri Lanka. The odyssey of the Sri Lankan Tamils, from the grandeur of ancient kingdoms through the tribulations of colonial manipulation to diaspora resilience, narrates a complex history of resistance and survival against a backdrop of colonial exploitation and ethnic strife. Black July, a reflection on Sri Lanka's darkest month. The tragic events of Black July were the culmination of long-standing ethnic tensions and systemic inequalities in Sri Lanka, far from being spontaneous. The ambush on July 23, 1983, by the LTTE, which resulted in the death of 13 Sri Lankan army soldiers, acted as the immediate catalyst for the anti-Tamil pogroms that ensued. However, these events were deeply rooted in historical grievances and discriminatory practices that had marginalized the Tamil community. The violence erupted in Colombo on the night of July 24, 1983, and rapidly spread across the island, marking the beginning of a period of targeted aggression against Tamils by Sinhalese mobs. Orchestrated by elements within the UMP and driven by nationalistic fervor, these mobs perpetrated acts of unspeakable violence against Tamil civilians. The violence wasn't limited to vandalism. Homes and businesses were systematically destroyed, and individuals faced brutal killings and sexual violence. According to the Tamil Center for Human Rights, TCHR, the human cost of these riots was staggering, with 5,638 Tamils killed, 466 permanently disappeared, 2,015 injured, and 670 cases of rape reported. These numbers only begin to convey the depth of the trauma experienced by the Tamil community. The economic fallout was equally devastating, with Tamil-owned properties suffering approximately $300 million in damages, including the destruction of about 18,000 homes and 5,000 shops, deepening the divisions within Sri Lankan society. Among the atrocities of Black July were the targeted killings of Tamil civilians in Jaffna and the involvement of the Sri Lankan army in acts of retribution against them. The use of electoral lists by Sinhalese mobs to identify and target Tamil homes and businesses indicated a level of premeditation that dispelled any notion of the riots being a spontaneous occurrence. The Welakata prison massacre, where 37 Tamil prisoners were systematically killed, underscored the extent to which the violence was sanctioned by elements within the state. The Sri Lankan government's response in the aftermath was widely criticized for its inadequacy and seeming indifference, with some officials making statements that appeared to justify the violence. The failure to protect Tamil citizens, to thoroughly investigate the atrocities, and to hold perpetrators accountable has inflicted a lasting wound on the nation's conscience and fueled the prolonged conflict that ensued. Black July serves as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of ethnic hatred and the critical need to uphold minority rights. It underscores the importance of reconciliation, accountability, and a commitment to unity in diversity, revealing the premeditated nature of the attacks, their vast scale of devastation, and their enduring impact on Sri Lankan society. The Black July riots and the subsequent civil conflict have taught us the critical importance of reconciliation, the dangers of ethnic nationalism, and the resilience of displaced communities. The Tamil diaspora, now in the millions globally, is a testament to the enduring spirit of the Tamil people, their ability to rebuild and thrive in adversity. This diaspora excels in various fields, keeping Tamil rights and reconciliation in Sri Lanka on the international stage. Notable figures include Indra Nooyi, Myron Scholes, and Shyam Selvadurai, exemplifying the diaspora's diverse contributions while advocating for justice and human rights. Black July's events underscore the need for genuine reconciliation efforts, addressing grievances and ensuring equal rights. The achievements of the Tamil diaspora demonstrate the potential for post-conflict societies to contribute globally, provided root causes of conflict are addressed. This reflects on the importance of safeguarding human rights, promoting ethnic harmony, and supporting peace efforts. The Tamil culture in Sri Lanka, despite past conflicts, continues to thrive, contributing to the island's diversity. The Tamil diaspora's global spread, from Canada to Malaysia, enriches multicultural fabrics worldwide, maintaining cultural heritage and advocating for Tamil rights. In conclusion, Black July's legacy reminds us of ethnic strife's consequences and the importance of diversity, dialogue, and reconciliation. The Tamil diaspora's resilience and contributions underscore the role diaspora communities play in global society. As Sri Lanka seeks reconciliation, these lessons and contributions are crucial for a peaceful future.